Paul McGuire Grimes, KSTP, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Denis, it is so exciting talking to you today. I loved your work, and this movie is one of a kind. You don't get movies like this anymore. So thank you so much for making this movie, and I'm excited to talk to you today. This is incredible.
Thank you. Thank you for your enthusiasm.
Yeah. Now, take me back to reading the book for the first time. You were a teenager reading it. How has the themes and these characters changed over time, especially now that you've kind of brought it to life?
Yeah, it's a good question, but because that's the thing about masterpieces. You know, when the book, I read it a few times and through the years. And each time I was going through it, I was discovering, according to my own life experience, I was discovering something new. So, for instance, at the beginning, I was more into the Paul character, discovering life and finally feeling at home in an other culture. You know, feeling like a strangely his identity belonging to the Fremen culture, and that I thought was a very powerful and beautiful idea. Then. Later on, it was more about the idea of the Bene Gesserit, you know, that there's a congregation of women that they control the universe by influencing the politics, but from the shadows, you know, and directing the humanity toward enlightenment, but just by manipulation and genetic manipulation and political manipulation. It's like those idea, the idea of that it's as human. The only true freedom will come from when you will get rid of your genetic heritage and all the voices that are coming from the past. You know, although there's the influence that your education or your how to find true freedom. There's tons of things that come into mind when you read Dune. Right now, I would say that. I was more the movie's more political. It's more about the outcome, the impact of colonialism on our societies and the extreme exploitation of natural resources and the impact of that on the environment. It's like so it's a book that evolved through times and that I would say sadly become more relevant today than when it was written. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's incredible. I just loved hearing all of that. Speaking of voices, I mean, I think the book is so revered by fans and people that have read it for decades. Are you someone that's kind of driven by that kind of pressure? And how do you not let other people's expectations kind of get in the way of your own art?
I think that when I decided to make this adaptation, it was more the idea of being in a relationship with the kid I was when I read the book. I made this movie thinking about my feeling and my love that I had at first, and I tried to honor that first impression and that first love, and I tried to be in contact with that hardcore fan that I am and that I was as a teenager too. And that was enough pressure for me. I think that if I had thought about all the fans in the world, then I would have been paralyzed. Okay, so it's the same when I do a movie. You know, I cannot make a shot if I think about cinema history. You know, it's like you have to be a bit like put yourself in your own bubble and work like if the world didn't exist outside, and I was making the movie for myself. I did miss this movie technically in a way. I did this movie for myself. And that's the only way to deal with that pressure.
Denis, I got the wrap. Unfortunately, I wish I could keep talking to you. Hans Zimmer's score is brilliant in this. Every piece of the creative process and your production team, stunning, and your cast, phenomenal. So thank you for the time. I cannot wait for part 2. It's going to come out. We're going to get it. So thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Take care. Thank you for the enthusiasm.